So we will try to resume from where we stopped for the DevOps demonstration. So I actually have figured out where the problem is. So we will solve the first problem first. We can see here, we actually already setting the public GraphQL endpoints and the API endpoints. However, our problem is in our front end when we're doing the logging, we still see the backend request is sending to the local host. That is because in our code, we actually get that to be hard-coded. So in the logging here, this one is hard-coded. So we needed to call the logging API from the UIO, from the environment variable. So this will be the URL we have. And we put it in logging URL. And under this way, it should works. And there is another problem is this Apollo API endpoints. Actually, we have another environment variable haven't been set. So you can see the WebSocket lead another endpoints. So in the local, we need to add this one as an environment variable. And for the cloud production, we need to add this one as the production environment. So here we need to add another new environment variable in, which is this one. So we copy it, we add this here and save. So this was being added, and then we can update the constant action is we are trying to put the URL in, but we don't need that. So the page update the login URL to access by the environment variable. So in this way, we will push it to the code. It should working this time. And just now when we're trying to use EC2 and restart it, we find that the DNS won't be able to issue it properly. That was because every time you restart the EC2 on the AWS, it will change IP address for it. You need to resolve one. So we will try to get it in a simple way. We will try to open a Ubuntu instance. Actually, on here, we try an easier way. We don't really use AWS. We just get a normal EC2 server and get it work and redo the whole things we have done. Okay, so let's try to do this. So I go to the virtual, or you can do it in the Nectar. But eventually, you want to do is you have a general VPC or server and get it up and running. When it's doing the starting, let's see the this deployment. This deployment says it's successful, so we refresh this page and let's see whether this time the request will be sent to the proper place. See, it's to be sent to the proper places and it's hanging off. So which means it's working. And another thing is in this page, we actually trying to access the WebSocket connection to the GraphQL one. So let's try to refresh it and then see whether the connection was going to the proper place again here. And this is a GraphQL connection. So you can see it's actually also going to the proper endpoints. The only problem is these endpoints haven't been set up properly. So, okay, this one was up and running. We go to check the server details. And we have the username and password. That's get it much easier for us to do the work. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do the SSH and we copy the password in. And we paste the password here. So we are in now. And then next thing we need to do is what we have shown before. We need to install the nginx. Then we do apt-get install nginx. And yes. We also needed to install the Docker, which we will see what's the script we have used here for the Docker, which is here, this script. So we go here and we paste the Docker thing. And it's potentially will take a while to get this working. And the same as before was, it will show some annoying things. And it's done. Let's see. Let's have the Docker installed it and the Docker Compose installed it. Okay, that's working. And then we need to install the certificate bot, which is something here. Then we install it. And we actually should return it because we haven't set up it properly. Then the next thing we need to do is update this A record. We need to edit the record here. And we need to change the IP address from the before was one to this one. And this time you click, where is the save button? Save button is here. You click the save. And then as we have done before, we need to go to this, see, so it's enabled. And you can see something here. And also if we visit this IP address directly, and see why we cannot access it. It's main IP address. Okay, I think probably we haven't started. It's started and running. We need probably restart it. And we get, yeah, it's actually working now. Potentially it's just the internet issue. So let's try to access it with our UI. I mean this one. Really to have a firewall, it doesn't have any firewall. That's pretty weird. Let's try to access that URL local. Okay, it's potentially the UTF firewall thing. Okay, I think that's a problem. So we want to we want to get the AD port to be accessible, then now we want to disable it. So it's working now with this endpoint stuff. And then the next thing is we want to change this configure file. So we will create a new one called Django config. And it must end with the config. And then we were trying to find the similar configuration here for we to use. So we will use this one copy here because this is also for the Django. You can see it's procs to the proper places. And then we want to use this domain, which shouldn't have the and then sudo. We need to restart the engine. And it should fail because we don't have the backend up and running. However, because we have installed the certbot, so we can try to get it to be the SSH. And it's trying to requesting the certificate for these endpoints now. It's successfully deployed. So we can see the differences we have mentioned. So you can see it's automatically updated my code. And when I refresh it again, you can see here it's actually have this HTTPS now. And then the next thing I want to do will be I want to deploy my code to there. So how I do that is ACYWA. We have this platform, and we want to clone it. So let's go to the root and then just clone the code. It's clone and Docker compose up -d. It should be running in the background. And because of that, in the same time, what we should do is we have another two instances to be like a domain URL to be set up. One is a cauldron, one is for the vector database. We need to have an endpoint for it. Another is GraphQL. We also want to have a domain URL for it. So with these two, we need to set up another two endpoints, but we will try to get this up and running first. So it's still building. And this front end is actually already working. We just need to get the backend up and running. And this 404 is because this domain address doesn't have anything there. So let's wait. Essentially, during our waiting time, we can try to set up the other two. So we want to get the conjoint for us to use. So this is the server configuration. I still need to stop with this one. And this time we will be conjoint dot demo. And that should work later. But we haven't finished. We need to have the gql.config. And we need to hit the 0 one. And the endpoints we have defined in our environment variable is something like this. Let's confirm that. Okay, setting environment variable, and then let's check what do we have put there. GQ or demo AI for WA. Yes, that's what we need, and that's a configuration we want. And sudo service nginx restart. It's been restarted, and then the problem here will be we need to add ready record gql.demo.ai for WA, and then copy this IP addressing. Copy this IP addressing. And another one is a coagent one, which is qdint.mo. And copy IP addressing, put it here, create a record. And then let's see whether our gql.demo.ai.com, whether it can be procs the problem. Yes. So what's our admin secret key? Because it's demo, so you can see the code, and our key is here, which is this one. And we are in. So you can see this one here, but we need to get it to be HTTPS. Then we need to do this. Expand it. You can see it's all successful. So let's try the cogent.demo.ai for www.com. And let's refresh this page. You can see it's HTTPS now. And let's waiting for that to work. And I think we need to check the logs for the Django. I believe there is log. You can see I haven't applied the migrations because in my script I haven't done that. So I need to go that. It is supposed to be in your script to do the automatically things, but we can do it manually anyway. And I need to create a super user file to use, which can be admin at local.test password. Yes, and it's working. And then we have EG. You can see it's up and running, and I go to the admin page. Admin password. It says this one haven't in the trust orange, so which means we need to update our code in the backend. So in the setting, this will be something we need to put there. And I think there is another places we need to put. Probably that's it. Let's see, what's it says? CSRF. Let's see what's Claudia says. CSI trusted. I need to add that. I don't really have it now, so I need to put that in. And we find our cauldron actually not taking the response. Let's check whether we have some problem here. So the cauldron is this one. It's actually up and running. Let's get localhost. It's actually working, but why we haven't been able to access that? Let's check our. Let's try it locally first. It's working. And let's try this again. Okay, we have some problem with this setting. Let's see what's our cauldron setting here. Whether we can access this one or it's just the TCP connection. No, we can access this one, which means there's definitely something wrong. Let's try to do the HTTPS. Potentially because our no, there is no problem there. We'll solve that later, but the good thing should be we can connect it to the, let's clean it and redo it. So good thing is this time we should be able to connect it to the GraphQL endpoints here. So it's connecting to the proper one and it's have the message. The problem is we haven't updated the things properly. I apply the Azure metadata. So we do this. Metadata, apply, and it's applied it. Then this time we're trying to do something, but I don't think there is data in the background. So we need to update it anyway. So we need to update the setting. And we push it to the cloud. We will restart them for the service. And Docker compose up again. And this time I should be able to log in. Okay. And let's try to log in. Okay, it's logging now. And I think that page was do the patient tracking. So we will add the data to see what will happen here. And the front end. The main head. Main us. I need to put this in my backend setting to say cross origin allowed it. So this one have been added. So I'll put the setting again. And then push. We will pull it back. And because it's refreshed, so we better to see different things. So token is done. So you can see the front end is actually working together with a proper backend, and it's up and running with the Django and the GraphQL thing. So this part was done. The thing we haven't get it working is Cauldron's backend. Let's try to figure out why. This. Potentially that because of that. If something like it happened normally, it's some stupid mistake was being made. Let's try to confirm what happened by remove it, and then we create a new one. And what we will put here is this. And on the top, change it to demo. Should do service and JS restart. And then it's we get with HTTPS. HTTPS is just being disabled. We just want to confirm HTTP is working. So it's actually working with HTTP. Let's try. Oh no. HTTPS is not working. Once it have the URI, then let's try add the cogent to the UI. We just CP cogent UI cogent and config. And we're supposed to, it's potentially because it's TCP connection or API connections, there are some problems. Let's try to view it this way. And add another record called hmm? Okay, I think we just have a wrong. Oh, because we just trying to download the HTML here, but it's not working for that one. It's restarting. Let's see UI dot demo. You can do a lot of things like this, definitely. So it's actually running. Let's see what this one. Oh, this is HTTPS. So we should go to the HTTP to see. So automatically go to the HTTPS. So we go to our client side. Because browser will automatically redirect it to the HTTPS. You want to just check the HTTP to see what happened there. This is not working. Then we do the UI part. It's actually working in the UI part. I think that's what we affected. They probably changed the endpoints. Vector search engine, work search engine version, commit. Yeah, that's what we expected, but the UI was prox to the 1236. Let's check the PS Docker PS. And then it says 3.4. Let's check why it's different. Oh, it is because our matching has a problem. So let's fix that. We need to remove this one, and we update the UI one. It actually doesn't have the UI, it's just the normal endpoints. Service checks start. And we need to issue the search port. They have the limitation every day how many you can issue, but we definitely haven't hit that, so we can get it work. So we have this. Yeah, it's working for the conundrum part also. So basically our three backend endpoints are all working as expected, and our front-end code is also working as expected, but all things is working like it should be. So this is good. And also the WebStones, this kind of Next.js, when every time when you push it, it will automatically to doing the CI/CD. So that's auto good. Then the only thing we haven't done for the CI/CD is this platform. So how we do the CI/CD is we still ask the ChatGPT to do a CI/CD with GitHub action to package the code. I probably don't do that because I actually knows what I want to achieve. So I will copy the code from I have here. So it should be in this kind of deployment. So doc GitHub. So you will create a doc GitHub. And inside it, you will have workflows and deploy.yaml. And new file for deploy.yaml. And then we put this in. We want to deploy the platform. We want to zip the code, but we don't need that one. So we will package the code. We want it also running on the main. And our IP address is actually here. You can put our IP address in, but later put your password in. So my password will be the, you can give the name, like I say server password, and it works. And then what are my current folder? If I want to get it up and running. So it will be cd.root. So what we're doing here is getting this to root. And then it will go to the root. And it should be the same password. And username should be root. And what we will need to do is potentially do something like this. In theory, it should work, but the thing is we need to first configure this. We go to this platform, we go to the settings, and we go to the action, no, secrets, actions. And then I need to new repo secret. Let's call this name, and the password is here. The password is here. So I click add, it's being added. And then I have this one, so I just add a deploy action. It's potentially, this is the first time, so it's possible, highly possible it won't work, but we will try. We push, and after it's be pushed, the latest one, it should be able to have the action. So you can see this is up, and it will be starting the job. You can see the logs from here. And then it's trying to put the data to the remote server. So as is, you can see this one is already being sent to the cloud server. That's something doesn't exist before, but okay. This is my password is wrong because I actually haven't put the correct IP address there. Update to correct IP address. Then I get to push again because I say it's reading the main branch. So we go here and we can see main branch, and we'll do the similar things. And the GitHub action actually is free. So let's see. It's potentially will be failed because I already have the code running. So I'm not sure. Let's see what she say. Okay, it's successful. So the CI/CD actually working. And then let's go to check zero. It's not that totally production ready, but okay, this time is because it's have a new volume being created in another folder. So it's a new database actually, because it's in the root directory. So you're using the different DB. So I need to do the same thing again. And I need to create a super user for myself. And it's working. And until now, I actually don't need another folder. Is this AI platform? This one? I don't think I need that one anymore. This is the one I was being trying to manually program. So for now, I deleted that, and I should be able to log in. And the front end should be able to, I should create a record, and front end should be able to view it. And refresh. Oh, because same problem, because this container haven't apply the Azures. So we get them applied it. And we refresh, and it's done. So the CI/CD is also done. So that's it. That's basically what we want to achieve today, the CI/CD for the front end and CI/CD for the back end. And we will talk about the presentation tomorrow. Stop sharing and stop recording.